Hey, hi guys, and welcome to the show. And today I'm doing something new. I'm trying something a little different. I'm doing a watch collection review, and it's the first time I've done this, but I received a really nice email from Dmitry, and this is the Gvardia, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, or Gvardia collection. And this belongs to Dmitry. And Dmitry wrote me a really lovely email and took some amazing photographs. I really must commend you on your photography skills. Fantastic photographs, and just makes my job so much easier, and really is a pleasure to look at a collection like this. I really, for the first collection review, other than my own, of course, what better place to start than a collection like this? So anyway, I'll dive into this email. Dmitry wrote, hi TGV, hope all is well and you enjoyed Miami. I really appreciate your willingness to do a review of my current collection. Attached are some pictures, feel free to use them as you see fit. Dmitry goes on to say, I know you do not personally accept donations, but I'm happy to make a donation to a charity of your choice. I often visit New York City for work. Next time I'm in town, dinner and drinks are on me. So thank you very much. And he mentions the Marijuana on 20th and Park Ave, if you're up for it. I haven't heard of that restaurant, but after this video I'll definitely Google it. Sounds fantastic, so I'm very honoured, and I'll definitely take you up on that offer. Regarding the donations, you are absolutely correct. I do not accept donations from the public. However, if you wish to donate that small donation to a charity of my choosing, that really would be fantastic, and that would be payment enough for doing this video. So I'll include a link. My charity of choice is the Royal British Legion, so I'll leave a link down below. Anyway, so let's dive straight in. Now, he has 10 watches in his collection. He's also included a wanted list, which is fantastic because it kind of gives me an idea of where you want to go with your collection. And after I've gone through your pieces, I'll then kind of also go through your wanted list and give my 2 cents, what I think your collection needs. So anyway, we'll start right at the beginning, and the flagship of his collection is the Rolex GMT Ceramic. Then he also has a Steinhart Nav.B Uhr 42mm, a Citizen Nighthawk GMT, Orient Pilot in black. Then he has a Zeppelin 100-year anniversary. Then the Christopher Ward C60 42mm 600m. This is the newer C60. So this is the 2015 version. Then he has a Marathon GSAR Auto. This is the US government issue version. Then he has an Addy watches, and this is the Israeli Army Paratroopers unit watch. Then an Orient Ray in blue. And finally, Orient Bambino with Roman dials. So as you can see, really stunning collection. Some really, well, pretty much all of them are fantastic pieces. So let's look at the collection as a whole and my first kind of initial impressions. It's a really interesting thing, this, looking at somebody's collection, somebody that you don't know. I mean, we've had a little bit of correspondence, but obviously I don't know Dmitry, but I get a real sense of him from looking at the collection as a whole. It's quite fascinating, and you really get a sense of what kind of person he is. There's a very strong aviation theme running through here, even with the Rolex GMT, the original being a kind of pilot's watch. So there's a very strong aviation theme here. The predominant genre of watch here is aviation watches, and I love it. I love that it's consistent like that, and they really work together, and he's built a really strong, cohesive tasteful collection. There's nothing garish. There's nothing that I would consider vulgar or you know. I like all of these pieces. They're all interesting in their own way. So off the bat, you can see that there's a strong military theme here. I wouldn't be surprised if Dmitry served. There's also, or maybe he's a military enthusiast, but there's definitely a military theme and an aviation theme here, undeniable. Judging by the size, he's worked out what size works for him. You can definitely see that. A lot of these watches they begin at 40, 42, and I think the biggest one here is probably I'll guess the Citizen Navy Hawk is probably the largest. I think that's like 43 or 44 or something along those lines. So I would imagine that Dmitry's a pretty big guy. So then looking at the watches in a bit more detail, the Zeppelin is an interesting piece. It's a quartz, obviously, really beautiful. Still with the aviation theme, with the heritage obviously associated with Zeppelin, but I like it that it's slightly different. It's quite a dressy number. It's a chronograph, but still retains that aviation theme. Then he has quite a few kind of divers. The Orient Ray, the Addy watch from the Israeli military Addy watch, the Marathon obviously, and the Christopher Ward. So he's got a kind of a sub collection within the collection of 4 really solid, robust diving watches, which is absolutely fantastic. The Marathon is something that I'm just getting into now, and it's a very interesting piece. He's the watch that kind of sticks out the most, or it doesn't stick out aesthetically, but is the most different from all the others. Is definitely the Orient Bambino. It's the most dressy watch there. It's a totally different animal from the rest of the group. It's a dressy kind of very delicate, thin, elegant, formal piece. And I like that he's got that in there. It definitely suits the collection, and in fact, you almost don't even notice it, that it's so kind of at home with the rest of the collection. And just beautiful pictures, adorable cat as well, and I love that little. I love the 1940s style, late 1930s, 40s model cars, absolutely exquisite. So I really appreciate you taking the effort to present these so beautifully. Just it makes this a pleasure to look at. And I find the Israeli watch quite interesting. If you look closely, you'll see it actually has Hebrew text on the dial, which is really cool and something I've never seen before. And I think the winged logo there probably is referring to the whatever division or wing of the did he say Paratroopers? I think he said Paratroopers, so that could be their logo, but yeah, I think it is, because it has a parachute and some wings on it. So that's really quite a cool piece. I've never seen that before, so it's always nice to see something new. Now he's added his watch. He's added his wanted list. He's listed 3 watches here. He wants to get a Steinhart Military 42 in brushed steel, a Steinhart Nav.B Uhr 42mm in bronze, which he already has, I think, in steel, but he wants a bronze version. And he wants a Zeppelin Hindenburg LZ 129 with the moon phase. Now I like all of those watches. I like Steinhart. I respect them, and they make outstanding high quality Swiss timepieces. Zeppelin, I haven't had any hands-on experience, but they actually are owned by the same company that own Junkers, which I have had experience with. So, and I am actually considering getting a Zeppelin piece further down the road, just to see what they're like. Really, it's interesting that he's added that. I think what his collection needs actually is less Steinharts and another heavy hitting piece. I think you should go actually get a second high-end piece to complement the Rolex GMT II Ceramic that you have. I actually had that watch, so I know that watch very, very well. It's a stunning watch, and again, it works so well being the kind of flagship of the collection with that aviation theme. To complement that, I think you need a heavy hitting diver, because I mentioned the kind of the little sub collection within the collection of divers, and what I think is missing is maybe a Submariner, perhaps, maybe a no date Submariner, just to be a little bit more different to the GMT. Even an Omega. I'm not sure what you think of Omega, but I think an Omega or a GMT, a Planet Ocean, would complement the collection really, really well. I think that the Submariner a little bit more, because you've already got a Rollie in there, so having two Rolexes as your high end, as your tier one. If we refer to my triple tier pyramid, I would add another high tier piece. Your middle range, your mid tier, the second tier, is so strong. You know, you got Christopher Ward, you got that fantastic Citizen Nighthawk. I really, really like that watch actually, and I've come so many times this close to buying one myself. Love the Zeppelin, beautiful, stunning dial on that. And then you have your lower tier watches, which are, you know, the Orients, the Marathon, the Orient Pilot, those kind of pieces. So I think your bottom two tiers are really, really strong. And in fact, I would develop, my opinion. Of course, you don't have to pay any attention to me, but if I was adding or taking away something, I would add another high-end piece. I think that's what your collection needs. But anyway, just a really, really interesting, tasteful, well thought out, strong collection. Very masculine, huge military aviation theme, consistent throughout the whole thing, with maybe the exception of the Bambino is the only one that doesn't kind of tie in strongly. But at the same time, when you look at the complete collection, it just works. It just works fantastically. And you've also got a good combination of watches on straps and watches on bracelets, and so I think that's really, really cool. Outstanding collection, and thank you for sending me this, Dmitry. It's a pleasure to review this. It's a couple of oro. It really is. You understand. You really understand what it is to build a collection, and this collection works so well. It just works really, really well, and I think only a slight little tweaks of, you know, maybe adding or taking away one or two pieces, and I dread to say what I would take away. I think maybe one of the divers, I would take maybe one of your divers away and add a high-end diver. I really think that would just elevate the whole collection, and really have all your corners covered. I mean, you already pretty much have, but anyway, that's my opinion. Thank you very, very much for sending me this email, Dmitry, and it's an absolute honor. So yeah, if you would like me to review your collection, please email me, break down your collection, what you're hoping to get, along with some high resolution photos. Preferably, if you can, get one photo with all your collection in frame, in the one photo, and then individual shots. So as I talk through it, it'll be easier. And if you want to make a donation, I will revise a new list of charities. But for the moment, Royal British Legion is my charity of choice. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Please like if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Monday to Friday, videos coming Monday to Friday as usual, and I'll leave it there. Okay guys, thank you very, very much for watching. I'll catch you next time. Ciao.